it's not very strong, but the storm itself, and it's really, boy, it's really come up. A50 jet's kicking in, even though this atmosphere up here, gosh, I mean, how many storms? It's pretty impressive, the fact that we can get a tornado warning out of this, the fact that this has just been flushed with convection.
It's almost like it's because it's the only storm around. I mean, it is virtually the only storm, and it's pulling in every bit of instability around. And if you look at the storm strength, David, back on Lynx 1, watch how it went from nothing. I mean, it was dead. It wasn't even severe, barely, to then within 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's go back to Lynx 1. And here's what she's talking about on Lynx 1. Look how it went from back here, barely severe, to that. In
5 minutes. I mean, it just went nuts as far as the scale goes and the strength of that storm goes.
Okay, so yeah, Bob's right there, and how close is Bob's? Pretty close. He's going to go down Highway 77, I would imagine. Not Highway 77. Is that Highway 11 or 15? 15. Yeah, Highway 15. April 26, 1991. Anyway,
talk about Red Rock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Val's at Cedar Lake.
Yeah, I see Val at Cedar Lake. And let's go to Val Castor now. He's back in the light, and he's not that far away. He could probably see the base back here. And Val, looking off to your west-northwest, quite a bit of lightning. Big hail now is going to be coming up just north of Sears. And Val, this thing is going to go right down Highway 15. You're going to be right in the thick of it here in just about 5 to 10 minutes. What do you see when you look back to your west-northwest? Once again, tornado warning for Noble County, west of Sears, going to Red Rock. Go ahead, Val.
Next to Sooner Lake right now. We are just right on the little bridge that goes over the lake here. And so looking back to the west, I could see a flat base with a lowering. Now, the lowering is going to be, I don't know, at least 7 or 8 miles west of us, maybe a little bit more than that. I don't see anything sticking out under the lowering for sure. It's just kind of a blocky-looking lowering to our west under the flat base. Now, another thing that we're seeing is a pretty good-sized inflow band that looks like it stretches from the updraft base or the lowering to the east and maybe east-northeast, kind of feeding into that. But we are only maybe 2 miles or so from Highway 15 here, so we're going to take a left turn and head west and probably be able to drive right up under it. But, David, right now I just don't see anything on the ground. We're just a little far away to tell for certain, though. Back to you.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, we have your shot there, and once you make that turn here coming up in just a couple of miles, I think we'll see a whole lot more, and then you'll be right on it. But, all right, back to Lynx 1. You can see it there showing up in the right part of our screen. So here's the big hail, right? Big hail up here, probably tennis balls.
Yeah, radar saying tennis balls.
Okay, and there's Highway 156. This is Billings. It's east of Billings. And there's your, again, hail core, big hail core now. It's running, 6 miles south and, 6 to 8 miles across. And there's golf balls and tennis balls in here. So that's going to go east. Marlin, prepare for a damaging hailstorm in Marlin. And it's going right down Highway 156. And then the hook, the tornado is going to be developing right here. Here's your inflow notch. And there's Sears. And it's going to be right in here.
Yeah, just about to cross I-35.
Yeah, I-35 is right here.
And that's Windmill Road. I'm trying to remember what that east-west road is.
Remind me, we need to make those bigger.
Okay.
Compared to look at that compared to 177.
Yeah.
Just talking out loud. Or maybe a different color. Anyway.
There we go. It's basically on I-35 now.
Yeah, it's crossing 35. And some of your farm roads here, just a little bit closer. What is that? County Road 90, north-south. And then what's the county road? 360. Right here. County Road 360. So, and basically County Road 360 and I-35. It's right here. And the shear rate's getting a little bit better. It's coming up. Is that TLX? Or is that
No, this is Vance.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, man, look at the hail. Boy, there's a lot of hail and some big hail. And again, it's going to Marlin. The hail is. The tornado is going to be coming into Sears. If you live in Sears, lowest level, center part of the house, you got to go now. Right? And it's not that far away. It's 2 miles. You're 2 miles east of I-35. Circulation is going to be tucked back in here a little bit. Anything on debris?
No.
Nothing showing up?
Let me check it one more time.
That's fine.
Here.
Okay, no? All right.
Yeah, so good thing is we're not seeing anything indicating there's debris on radar from a tornado on the ground.
But we do have the low-level jet kicking in right now, several thousand feet up. And, and there's not been a whole lot south of this today. This area did get storms in it and through it.
Right.
But those have moved out, and that low-level jet, it just takes 30, 45 minutes for that to reestablish and start to funnel this in and start to feed this storm. And we'll see. So Val's almost to Highway 15, and he'll make his turn and come into Red Rock. And storm's moving east at about 30.
Yeah, I think they picked up a little speed, so I've got it at 30.
Okay, about 30. All right. I hear Val. Let's go to Val Castor now. He's making the turn. I hear in just a second. Val, we have your shot up. And looking off to the west-northwest, what do you and Amy see back in there? Your shot looks good. It looks clean. Are you on your night camera now?
Absolutely, David. We got it back, and we got the roof. The night vision on the roof camera is back, and we could see the lowering in it. It's a pretty good size lowering. It's like a very, very wide lowering, and there is a very sharp inflow band on the northeast side. But the lowering has gotten bigger. I can't really tell if there's anything on the ground. Sometimes at night, it's hard to really tell because you're only seeing it when it lightnings. But we're about to make that turn and go west. When we go west, give us a second to get our bearings down on turning the night vision cam to that. But I'm telling you what, there's a significant lowering there, and it has gotten bigger since I talked to you last. Back to you.
Yeah, and here's the deal, Val. That storm, it's the most impressive it's looked here in the last half hour is right now. The hook looks impressive, the hail core, the vills, the strength, the way the storm looks just on radar. It is maxing out right now. Now, will it produce a tornado? We'll see. Val's right there. Bob Roloff's coming in right there with Val, and Bob is just north of Val. Let's go to Lynx 1, and then we'll get another storm track. So you folks in Sears, it's now on top of you. Circulation's going to be right here, right on and north of Sears. Okay, it's right here. It's going right over Sears. And right now, right this minute. And there's shear rate showing it. So if you live in Sears or east of Sears along, let's say a mile or two north of 15 or a mile or two south of 15, lowest level, center part of the house. Okay, you got to go there now, moving east at about 30, 35. And again, the hook is going to go down or just barely north of Highway 15. Just barely, but not by much. So look at the hook on this thing, and there's the big supercell to the north. All your big hails up in here. Big hail just hammering Highway 156. Now coming into Marlin, big hail coming into Marlin for sure. Man, look at the hook here, trying to wrap around here.
David, I have the hook coming into Red Rock at 9:40, so about 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you have a storm track?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to Lynx 3. And there it is.
Do you see that the hole in the precip and then the couplet southwest of Sears, David?
Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Okay.
Red Rock, yep, at 9:40, Sooner Lake, 10 o'clock. Okay, Red Rock, if you live anywhere near Red Rock and back to the west, you have between now and about 9:40, which just got 10 minutes. I mean, it's moving at 30. It's moving at a pretty good clip. Okay, let's go back to Lynx 1.
Val has the lowering shot when the lightning is just right. You can kind of see
Okay,
it.
All right, and
Do you see it's the weakness southwest of Sears is interesting there, and then there is a little bit of a couplet there.
yeah, okay.
And it looks strange on radar, but I mean,
It's a little bit
kind
tighter.
of in the right location, honestly.
It's not. It looked like earlier it was up. It looked like it was a little farther west and northwest, but that's kind of filled in a little bit. Okay, so again, like we said, 2 miles north, 2 miles south of Highway 15. All right, let's go to Val Castor. He's on 15, looking west. And Val, when you look to your west, the hook is getting tighter, Val. The gradient on reflectivity on the hook is getting tighter. What do you see right now as you look off back to the west there? What do you see right now? Go ahead. Val, he's hot, okay? I have his shot. Now let's leave his shot up for a second. He'll figure out, he's probably in a bad cell area. That's his shot. He's going down Highway 15. And that's his roof night.
If you can hear me.
Yeah, you're good. We have your shot up. Looks good, going west. And
Yeah,
what do you
can
think?
see the lowering. We can see the wall cloud. When that lightning is just right. There's not a lot of light out here, but it's definitely there. Just a second ago. Okay, so I'm gonna turn the camera just a little to the right. It's lowest just barely north of the road. You see it right there? Look at the tail cloud when it lightnings.
Yep.
You'll see it when it lightnings just right. You'll see everything.
Yeah, I see
right
it.
There.
Also, Val, there might be another area, another smaller little area of spin that's going to be just maybe south of the highway, but it's kind of a broad area right now. It's pretty broad, but it's still there. I mean,
Okay.
definitely looking down Highway 15. I agree with you. It's right on it, or maybe a little bit south, and maybe a little bit north too. I think kind of Highway 15 is kind of the center point of the whole thing. Yeah, I see that.
Well, I can see. I'm going to turn left. Look to the left here. We're going to turn left a little bit. I see something when I'm looking with my eyes. There's not a lot of lightning in that direction, so I just can't really tell. But there is something there. I'm going to try to pull back pretty much as far as I can pull. So it's one of those things that it might be trying to reform a little bit to the south, but I'm gonna turn the camera back to the north side of the road here. Let's see if anything's going on with that.
Okay, yeah, I don't see. Okay. There it is. You can see the lowering here. I don't see anything on the ground, though, so that's good. All right. Let's leave Val
I don't either.
shot up. I think you're right. Stay with it. We're gonna leave your shot up, but we're also gonna go back to radar here, Val. And if anything jumps out, please holler. Okay, so this is the only game in town, right?
Yeah, that's the only storm in the state, other than the one over near Tulsa.
Yeah.
Which is not severe anymore. So
Yeah. So this is it right here.
Yeah.
And it's moving, so it's gonna go into Osage County here before long. 9:34, and there's your hook now coming right down 15. God, that's a big storm.
Yeah, it is, and it's just so impressive how it went from being barely severe to then just
So crazy.
trying to produce a tornado. And the hail core with it went from nickel and dime maybe to maybe tennis balls.
Yeah.
So
Like
the
you said,
whole
10
thing just exploded.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Takes a lot of dynamics to get something like that to go up in 10 minutes. Man, it just exploded. And it was marginally severe. I mean, it was like, blah, whatever. And man, it really, really ramped up.
But that's why Val and Bob have stayed right there with it. And now they're right there in a great position.
Yeah.
Looking back to the west.
No, it's coming right at Val and Bob. I mean,
these winds now. Let's see.
What's this up here? What do you have on that?
69.
Are you out of Vance on this?
Yes. Yeah, so maybe some 70-mile-an-hour winds coming into Seven Clans Paradise Casino.
Yeah, not good.
In the highway there. That's 177.
Still
so
pretty broad.
It is. The circulation, yeah. For what it looks like on reflectivity, the velocity doesn't necessarily match.
No, it doesn't.
Which is good.
Yeah, but gosh, look at the hook. I mean, very pronounced hook. Remember, many storms rotate, a lot of storms get hooks and don't produce tornadoes. Now, this is strong enough to produce a tornado, but doesn't mean it's going to. It's spinning for sure. You can see the classic hook here, your inflow notch. This is where all of its life support is coming from. Inflow from the southeast, warm, moist air being drawn into and around the mesocyclone, right? So, yeah, Jen, go ahead and route him in. If he can be, his shot, if we can route him back in, that'd be great. Where's Brandon Wells, by the way, right now?
He's north.
He's way north? Okay.
Yeah, he's coming into Osage.
Okay. Oh, he's up here.
Yep.
I see him going to Burbank. Okay, so
it's coming right into Red Rock now.
Did you see this right here? This feeder band now is...
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Look at that. I mean, that thing is... Watch that develop. So that's really... And this is ripping into the northwest at a high rate of speed above Val's head. He's right underneath the inflow band coming in from the southeast. So that's another sign that this thing is really trying. It's really, really trying. Okay, so...
Starting to get 70-plus mile-an-hour winds on the north side.
Yeah, you're out of Vance?
Yes.
That's a southeast wind.
Val said he has 2 big inflow bands on this.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Val. And Val, we were just talking about that. We can see the inflow band above your head on radar. Go ahead. That's how pronounced that. Yeah, that's how pronounced. We were just talking about that. That's how pronounced that is. Go ahead, give us an update. Well, that thing is really trying.
Yeah, you can see that right there in our shot. I mean, to the right, there's the inflow bands, and that's looking just a little, I mean, almost overhead, but just a little bit northwest from where we are right now. And, I don't see anything on the ground. I mean, that's the main thing. I'm watching real close. And, obviously, David, we're watching for power flashes or anything like that. When a tornado drops at night, like the other one we had, west of Yukon the other night, it was visible. You could see it even in the dark, but we especially be able to see it with the night vision cam here. So if anything happens, we ought to be able to see it pretty quick, I would think. Right now, nothing. We had inflow a little bit earlier. Our winds are light northwest. I mean, at least they're not ripping. So this thing still does have inflow, we think. But that's a pretty good-sized wall cloud there, almost right over us. Back to you.
Okay. And, it's just west of you. And, there you okay, shear rate looks pretty good. Let's go back to Lynx 1. And, again, it's just west of Val. It's right here. What does velocity data look like again? It's still not tight, but it's still there. I wonder if that's...
And it's maybe becoming just on the east side of Red Rock now.
Yeah.
Going right down Highway 15.
Yeah, it's still just, making its way east at 30, 35.
At this point, it looks like it's going more like 40.
Is it moving that fast?
It's moving quicker. It's getting to the spots a little bit quicker.
Okay. Yeah, it's moving. Okay, so tornado warning. This is going to be for, talking about up into Noble County. And this is going to be well north of Morrison, now southeast of Tonkawa, south of Ponca City, but big hail. Gosh, big hail. Tennis ball size hail.
Yeah, that's what it looks like out of TLX. And then...
Yeah, either way, V-notch, Screaming Eagle, got the whole deal going on. All right, let's go to Val.
Yeah.
Let's go to Val Castor, bring Val back in. He's looking off to the west again. Val, what do you have? What do you see now? Go ahead. Oh, wow, that is low.
Look how low that is. Yeah, very, very low. We just now got hit with strong west winds, so RFD is really making a push around. What you're looking at right there is straight north of us, just down the road to our north. And that's as low as it's been the whole time that we're looking. And believe me, I'm looking really, really hard for anything that's touching down. In the daytime, David, that might be a bowl-shaped lowering there. It's hard to really tell, though, after dark. Good night.
Hey, Val, do me a favor. Hey, for a second, turn off your front headlights there. So we just have the light coming in from the storm itself. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, wow. Yeah. Boy, Val it is a tree hugger. It's close. It's right above the ground.
Oh, it's low.
Yeah, it's going to go right over you.
Daytime, actually, it's going to pass just barely north of us, it looks like. Barely north. Man, watch that close, David. It's hard to really see. But it's so low, I would not be surprised if something, could drop out of it real quick and have a brief spin up or something.
Yeah.
But that's due north of us, not very far.
The circulation is getting tighter.
Okay. Val, you're looking due north?
Due north.
Yeah, we see that on radar now. Bob's back to your east. It is now. So now we're starting to see a little bit more here. It's still not super tight, but it's getting tighter, and it's getting tighter right now. What does shear rate do? There we go. Yeah, Val, it's basically on, and just like you said, just north of you.
It's going to come very close when it crosses 177 to a little bit of Paradise Casino. It's going to be very near there.
Yeah, so it's a little bit north of, obviously, 15. And let's go back to Lynx 1. You can see it here behind me on the radar. But, yeah, that's a big lowering there. He's right here, and he's looking at that lowering, which is it's right here. Here's the whole hook coming around right here. Andrew, go ahead and kill his audio, please. And you can see right here, there's Val looking off to the north of that lowering right there. 7 Clans, Paradise Casino, a little bit of Paradise Casino. It's going to go right pretty much just about over those or close to them. So Bob is there. Bob's looking at it. I'm looking at Bob's shot now. Okay, let's see what it's done here. Yeah. It just hasn't gone into overdrive mode yet. But Max Rott looks a little more impressive. Big hail.
And the hail size are still big. The storm strength is still as strong as they get.
Yeah. Yeah. So once again, tornado warning. It does include southeastern K County, does it not?
Barely.
Barely.
Yes, it
but
does.
It's way down here.
Yes.
K County doesn't need to be in it.
No, not a tornado threat up there. Big hail.
Big hail
coming into that portion of K
White
County.
Eagle. Yeah, White Eagle's getting some hail. But yeah, this is well south of the K County, the tornado threat. It's right here. And again, it's going to be crossing the highway here. But anyway, it's moving east at 30, 35. So Val's there, Bob's there. We're looking at Bob shot as well. Don't see anything. Inflow notch still flowing in right here. And
that southeast wind feeding into it.
look at that.
See what this is now. I mean, it was 70 plus, 70,
Yeah,
70.
southeast wind blowing to the northwest.
We're still getting that. So it's very windy on 177 right now.
How high are you up?
Well, it's 4,000 feet up.
Okay. So for sure, 50 to 60.
Basically Windmill and 177 up to Yearling and 177 for folks in that area, maybe all the way up to Acre Road.
Yeah,
is
Acre
where the strongest
Road,
winds are.
Windmill Road. Yep. This is a southeast wind feeding into the southeast of the northwest, wrapping in and around the area of circulation, which is right there. And that inflow, that blue you were seeing there on radar, that's a southeast wind ripping into this, which is right here. The tornado's going to be right here. It's going to be right there. Okay.
And it's going to go very close to the north side of Sooner Lake, which I know we've been mentioning that, but
yeah, Sooner Lake's right here.
yes.
Yeah. Sooner Lake, get ready for some wind. It's already windy up there. For sure. Is Bob in our system or is Bob in KO? KO. Okay. We still have his picture though, so we'll keep that up and going.
It still looks broad. The circulation still looks broad.
Do you see that right there?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I don't know. A little bit tighter. Maybe a little bit. Yep, it is. All right, let's go back to Val. I think it's east of him.
That's what he said, due east, yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Val.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Val. Looks like you just said it. I said the same thing. It looks like it's a little bit to your east. Not by much, though.
It is. Not by much. We just got hit with wraparound precip. No hail in it, but big drops, rain. And what you're looking at, there's a feature. I don't know if you can see that in the shot, but there's a feature straight east of us that's it's kind of more like a bowl-shaped feature now. And, I mean, there's nothing on the ground that I can see. There's emergency vehicles out here running up and down the road, flashing and trying to warn people of what's going on. We're still in wraparound rain right now. Let me get further east so I can get out of this here. And you can see this feature. Nothing's on the ground. We have not seen power flashes or anything like that yet. But it's still there. It's just east or maybe northeast of us possibly. And, I mean, it's real. If it was daytime, I'd be shouting about rotation right now. I can't really see it at night as much, tell how strongly it's rotating, but there's something there for sure. Back to you.
Yeah, for sure. Nice job, Val. So, yep, it's moving east. The storm looks a little bit different here on radar. Let's kind of take a look at let's go back to Lynx 1. So, Val, oh, God, that was low. I keep seeing those lightning flashes, and it just keeps getting lower. It's kind of got a little bit of a hole here developing. What does storm strength look like? The hail's still big, don't get me wrong. What is this? No, it's still there. It's weird. Reflectivity.
It looks like it's maybe breaking apart and weakening some, but.
And not buying it, no, big hail, gosh. Big hail. Went right over White Eagle. And it is a screaming eagle going right over White Eagle. Don't say that very often.
Oh, yeah.
There's your V-notch, right? And this whole thing, there's your beak coming around and right up in here, right tucked back in there. Right in the eagle's mouth is where we've got a problem. It's just right down in here. Just right there, just east of Val. So some of your roads in there, and again, it's moving east at 35 to 40. It's booking. It's not going very slow.
Yeah, the southern tip of the hook is now going to go over the north side of Sooner Lake for sure.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get some wind at Sooner Lake.
Yep, southeast wind now at Sooner Lake, and then you're going to end up with a west wind and then a northwest wind. So I would not want to be on a boat right now on Sooner Lake. If you know anybody that's camping out up there in a tent or whatever, heads up. And this is coming. And hopefully it won't produce, but it for sure is going to have some wind in it, especially.
The circulation's going over the north side of the lake now.
Yep, there it goes. So Val's roads are about ready to run out. Yep. Yeah, he's roads aren't very good. Hang on, let's go back to Val and bring him back in. And Val, what were you saying? I just said your roads are about ready to run out.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking right when you said that. I mean, we're going to have a big-time road problem. My truck might be big, but it's not big enough to go across that river right there. And this is where it's headed. It's straight east. I'm in wraparound rain again. Now, I'll tell you this, the wind direction verifies the location of the mezzo right on. We thought we were going to have an outflow problem, but then, boom, we got hit with west winds, RFD, and then that's when the mezzo passed barely north of us, and now it's pretty much straight east of us. Possibly, I've lost that lower area right there that we had. It's kind of gotten wrapped with rain, so it's hard to see. Now I'm panning back a little bit to the north, and you can kind of see that's looking northeast. There's another lowered area up there. I'm not for sure if it's the real deal or not, but, there's no way I'm going to get I might have to go down south about probably 3 miles to go east. I think that's what I'm going to have to do, David.
Okay. All right, nice job. What, Lace?
David, I was just looking right here. It looks like a racetrack. If you're looking at the radar right there, where that's crossing over on the northeast side or the northwest side of Sooner Lake, that is the Sooner Generation Station. That's the Red Rock Power Plant.
Yeah.
Is what that is.
On the northwest side of the lake.
On the northwest side of the lake, and the hook is going right over that. But from all indications, it's not a tornado on the ground, but damaging winds moving through that area for sure.
Yeah, and it's kind of swinging through.
It's almost lifting north. Yep.
Yeah, it kind of did one of these. So look, go back to velocity data. What'd you see on that? Well, southeast winds here. What's coming in behind this? Val doesn't have any crazy wind though, does he?
No.
I mean, it's clear over here now.
Yep, it went right over the power plant, right over the north side of the lake.
Yeah.
The circulation did. Now the tornado warning is extended further now into Pawnee County and Osage County.
Okay.
Down the line.
Yep, and what do the roads look like? There are no roads.
Not to cross the river. Yeah, like he was saying, he'll have to get down south to 15 if he's gonna go east.
Oh, yeah. Along with Bob. Yep.
Gotta go completely around the lake.
Yep. I'm just surprised. Where's the next road? Is it where are we? 412? How far north we gotta go? Well, we gotta get back up here, I guess.
Yeah, all the way up to 60.
Yeah, gosh. Okay.
The camera east. We have to go south to Highway 15 to get around the lake and around the river. So there's going to be water on the lens right there, so it's a little rough looking, but we got the camera pointed back to the east.
Shear rate has come
we're
up
going to get down to 15.
Okay. Val, it's coming up some just to your east, about 2 miles. It's definitely coming up again. Due east of you.
Boy, that's going to be right over the north edge of the lake. People are out there tonight. This is a Memorial Day weekend here, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Not good.
Not good at all.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're going to go south. We got about 1.5 miles, and then we get to turn east, David.
Okay. All right. And we'll be right here. Okay, so tornado warning now. It's going to be moving out of Noble County into northwestern Pawnee County and far southwestern Osage County. Big hail up in here. Okay, eastern Noble County, big hail up into, southeast of McCord, and this is going to be up in Osage County. There's Call City, but big hail up in here. Quarter, golf ball, tennis ball size hail. Where you see the black, purple going to the black, that's going to be some very, very large hail. And
then Brandon Wells, he's dropping south now from 60 down to Fairfax. You know that highway well.
Man, he likes those roads, doesn't he?
Yes, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good road. It's winding, but it's a good road north of Fairfax.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, it's a little more.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought he was like one of these farm roads again. I was like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, no. And then...
He'll be in a great spot coming up.
Yes, as that comes down the line.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
It's basically right on the Noble, like you said, Noble Pawnee County line now.
Yeah, it's crossing in right now into Pawnee County. So here's Noble County, Pawnee County. This is East Road. Was that 360, I think?
Yes, 380.
380. And there's his shot. Still looks pretty good. It's still pretty low. And Val's almost down here. Then he's going to make the turn and get over here. And we'll see what this does before it moves out of our viewing area. But right now it is. Back out of this just a second. Let's get our bearings. It's right here. And this is Osage County in here. So it's on the cusp of Noble, Osage, and Pawnee County. And right now, the tornado is going to try to stay, well, it's going to go back out of Osage into Pawnee County.
Yeah, and kind of go across the northern 1/3 of Pawnee County. So now in the tornado warning is Fairfax and Ralston.
Yep. And Pawnee County is in our viewing area. So it's going to go north of Pawnee unless it makes a hard turn, which it could do, but right now it's not doing that. So Pawnee, you're out of the tornado warning. It's to your north. Again, moving from west to east. And Cassie's still 30.
No, I've got it moving at 40. It's
40
moving
now?
pretty quick. Yeah.
Okay. So 40 miles per hour. That's pretty good. That's moving. Okay, so you can clearly see the hook now, and it's now leaving Noble County right now. Actually, it's now left Noble County, coming into Pawnee County, but it's about to move back into Osage County. The counties are right here together. 1, 2, 3. They kind of, there's around the river, and then, okay, there you go. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, you can see the kind of the gust front
right here.
connected to the hook, but it's definitely got a window where it is getting inflow.
Yep, does
on the
this
east side.
extend?
Yep, yeah, it does. Here,
It
I'll
does?
extend it.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay, yeah. So tornado warning now, far southeastern Noble County, really now Pawnee County and southwest Osage County, but it's going to leave Pawnee County into Osage and then back into Pawnee County. And we still have viewers up in here, so we got to watch this.
Yeah, it's basically going to be right on the Arkansas River now and heading over towards Ralston.
Here's Ralston, yeah. It's going to go pretty much right over Ralston. Okay. And that shot, I guess on links 2 or 3 or 4, are those the bats coming out
That
of
is the bats. I was just pointing that out to Cassie. It looked like a fire, and I was like, no, that's definitely the time of night.
Okay.
It's the bats leaving the caves.
You know what's funny is they usually go out at sunset.
Yeah.
I'm guessing maybe because of all the storms.
Maybe.
They stayed in?
What time is sunset right now, anyway?
Like 8:30,
Okay.
8:40.
Yeah, they started, for anyone that cares.
I'm just curious.
I know. I was doing the same thing. They started leaving at about 9:10, 9:15. So.
Yeah, 8:36 was sunset. So yeah, I think
So that's about darkness, though. Be about 30 minutes later.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean.
I was trying to think maybe they were waiting
And
the
maybe
storms
it was.
out.
We can speculate all night, for sure.
I know. Okay, tornado warning continues. Again, now back into Osage County, but it's going to move east back into Pawnee County and Ralston. And Ralston is in our viewing area. That's ours. Okay, so circulation is not as tight. It's not as tight as it was. And you can see the circulation's right here, but it's still fairly broad. It did tighten up for a second, and now it's fairly broad again. Okay, let's go back to Val, and Val is headed east. He's looking off to his north. He's got a couple of miles to look into. Val, what do you think when you look up in there? It's not quite as tight, but still there and still rotating. Tornado warning continues now as it's going right down the Arkansas River, moving from west to east. What do you see as you look up to your northeast? Wow.
Well, so as we pulled out a little ways away from it than we were a while ago, I can pretty much see. It looks like to me the whole updraft is lowered. I mean, I can see the whole edges of the updraft, and there's a lowering in the middle of it. It almost looks like, I know it's probably not LP, but it looks like an LP storm the way that the whole updraft base is kind of lowered like that. Very impressive. I bet you in the daytime it would look like a stack of plates. It would have that look to it. You know what I'm talking about. But it's very low. I mean, it's very big. It's broad. I know the rotation now is not quite as tight as it was earlier, but I guarantee you that updraft is still rotating. And we have not seen anything touch down. We've been watching close, and we got a pretty good area right now to look at it, kind of over the lake and kind of a high area right now, but nothing on the ground. But it's impressive looking storm, David.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And we don't think it's produced a tornado. We haven't seen anything quite that tight. We've not seen any debris lofted in the air. If it did, it was very, very brief and weak. Not a very strong tornado at all, but we don't think it has. Boy, the hook still looks pretty impressive. There it is behind me. Let's take that full back to links 1, and there it is. So Val's making his way east. We'll see what it does. This is going to be the gust front right here, but it's still open. This thing is still alive and well and breathing and eating right in here air is being pulled into it. And then we have the wrapping gust front on the backside. It's going up and in and around. We got the surface wind on the backside coming out of the west and northwest, and we have the southeast winds blowing into it. But it's right here. Man, tries to tighten up, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh, it just lunged.
And the hook is, I mean, it's hanging out there away from the storm, so it's got plenty of, you know, fuel feeding into it.
Yeah.
But so far, it has not produced, as you said, that we've seen at all. And Val's been looking at the base of it and the circulation. Is it getting more localized there?
Maybe.
Now, I think it is, just north of the river.
It's going to Ralston. You folks in Ralston, we'll get a storm track on that. And it's going to try to go to Ralston.
I've got it at Ralston at 10:13.
Okay, let's go to Lynx 3 and Ralston at 10:13. Hominy, 10:42. Winona, 10:47. Barnsdall, they don't need that. 11 o'clock, and Skytook Lake at 11:03. And then from there, it's well off into Tulsa, Oologah, 11:40. Oologah Lake at 11:48, and Claremore at close to midnight. That's a long ways away, but it's going to go. This thing will go all the way to these cities because it's a supercell, and it's a dominant supercell. I mean, is there anything else in Kansas besides junk? Just curious. Yeah, one big storm up there, but yeah. And look at that big cell in northern Texas. Tornado warned, too.
Yeah, the storm south of the Red River, tornado warned, and that's moving almost due east.
Yeah,
and then
Lynx 1, sorry, control room.
And then on, up in Kansas, severe storms well north of the border.
Yeah, moving on out.
Moving away from Oklahoma, yeah.
And, well, that's a big storm down there.
It is.
Goodness. Going to Gainesville.
Yes.
Okay, Oklahoma City, clean and green, nothing going on. The bats leaving the cave up near Freedom. Pretty cool. Looks like showers, looks like
or a
smoke.
Wildfire almost, yeah. They're fascinating.
Those are millions of bats tonight, millions of bats. I'm not sure, are those the, is that the Mexican? I'm not sure. I have to go.
I can't remember their
I've slept
species.
Since then. We have quite a few different,
But they're fascinating.
Yeah, they're so cool.
They're creepy, but they're fascinating.
No, come on.
They're a little eerie.
Oh, yeah, all right. Millions of bats right there, millions. Okay, tornado warning, here we go. And it continues now, going to Ralston, lowest level, center part of the house. You folks in Ralston watching us right now. And by the way, thank you. You are watching News 9 at 10 o'clock. And the feeder band here is beginning to enhance a little bit, and still a pretty impressive inflow notch. And look at the banding going on now. Look at that. See that? Start to see that. It's starting to retract a little bit, starting to pull in. And there's one, there's one, there's one. This thing is really starting to just, looks to me like it's tightening up. What does storm strength look like? Anything?
Last time I checked, it was still all the way pegging it. Ooh, it may have weakened.
Might have come down.
Yeah, it might have weakened on that.
Okay. So might have weakened a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, and if you look at velocity, there's still a lot of wind feeding into it out of the southeast.
Yeah, southeast wind here.
And you can still see the circulation right where the hook is, basically.
Yeah, it's right here. It's coming right in.
So folks in Fairfax and Ralston, if it swings further north, it's going to lift up towards Fairfax on Highway 18.
Yeah. Boy, it's trying to, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's trying to go right down the river. Okay, what does shear rate look like? Anything out of that? Here's where it is. Anything? It was getting a little bit tighter there for a minute. Yeah, went up, kind of mellowed out a little bit, kind of came back down. Okay, yeah, it's pretty impressive. Moving northeast towards Fairfax or Ralston for sure. It looked like it might have made a little wobble. I don't know. Might try to wobble maybe a little bit left of east.
And that shower's being pulled into it from the south. Actually, two different showers are. North of Pawnee.
Yep. Okay, so we don't see a tornado on the ground. Velocity data says we have rotation. Velocity data is, it kind of ramped up. Now it's kind of ramping back down, it looks like, at least a little bit here. But still, friends and family in Fairfax or Ralston especially, tornado safe spot, lowest level, center part of the house. This is in far northern Pawnee County, north of Pawnee. And Val's making his way to the east, going down Highway 15. And he's making it over there, but man, it's taking a little while here. And he had to make his way back south and then back east. So News 9, this is, again, News 9 at 10 o'clock. And this is a tornado warning now for Noble County, leaving Noble County into Pawnee County. And the inflow notch now a little bit wider. Kind of opening up a little bit, it looks like, maybe. I say that, and then it kind of... Now we're getting some rain here. This is starting to fill in.
Yeah, the showers north of Pawnee, over towards Blackburn.
Yep.
What is the hail doing now? I'm going to take a look at that and just see the hail core.
Come down.
So it's come down from the baseballs that was indicating. It may not have produced baseballs, but we know we had golf balls on 177 earlier when it crossed.
Yep, so for sure golf balls. What was confirmed earlier?
With this storm, golf balls is what I saw earlier.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything bigger than that reported.
Okay.
With this particular storm. There may have been.
Right.
But it was pretty rural area that it was crossing right as it was moving into Osage County. It was kind of when it was peaking. Now, and it's just so wild. This thing was such a weak storm when it was coming into Noble County. And then it started to approach I-35 and really ramped up. And now we still have the tornado warning.
And there is a report of a funnel cloud just south of Fairfax.
South of Fairfax.
That's pretty far east. Yeah, they're in a blinding rainstorm.
It's from a ham radio guy in the...
Right. We like our ham radio people, but if he's seeing that, he's really good, because he is in heavy rain.
There's definitely a lot of wind through there.
Yeah, and the circulation is still down here. Okay, so tornado warning again for northern Pawnee County, and it's about ready to move into Osage County. It will here shortly. And we'll keep moving it east. But yeah, big storm. Gosh, it's a big storm. But it has weakened some. But we say that, and it weakens, and then it ramps back up. We're back in this again. Okay, by the way, Marlin, Red Rock, Billings, Tonkawa, Ponca City, you folks down to Perry, you're in the clear. And this will be it for the night. Once this moves on by, this is now Tulsa's problem. But right now, it's still on the eastern edge of our problem. All right, so the tornado warning continues for northern Pawnee County, southwestern Osage County. But to northern Pawnee County here, there's the hook. It's trying to fill in. This whole thing is just kind of, it looks to me like it's trying to collapse on itself. We'll see. There might be another one trying to form, maybe on the backside. I don't know. We'll see. But
yeah, there's a bit of a new inflow notch over there, but the original hook has been disrupted.
For sure. And
the hail core might have come up some for Ralston, up Highway 18 to Fairfax.
Yep. And notice this gust front along this trailing line down here, this gust front here, filled in with storms and rain. And so that's all funneling in. And it can still produce a tornado, but it doesn't like that. It can still produce a tornado, but that's not a favorable, not always. Okay, so this is a southeast wind ripping back to the northwest.
Yeah, still seeing 60 to 70, and we're hitting now about 5,400 feet up.
Yeah.
So we may not be getting that strong of winds to the surface, but that could cause power outages or do tree damage, that sort of thing.
Sure.
In Ralston, and if you're getting that with the hail, that could be blow out west windows for sure. As this hail comes in, but it's a southeast wind feeding into it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, southeast wind. Okay. All right. Well, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's still there for sure. Where's Val? He's coming down 15. He's still. How many miles away is he from that?
Hang on.
And you're not going to see this thing now.
Right.
I mean, he's not going to see it.
Yeah, it's wrapped in rain.
It's totally up in here. Go back to velocity data. See what you think. Yeah, it's pretty broad. I mean, look what we're dealing with here now. Okay. All right, moving east at nearly 40. A little bit of a weakness back right there.
Yeah, where the original hook was, and that circulation still is located.
Yeah, it's still there. This looks like trying to get a little bit tighter. A little bit. Nothing crazy, but that's okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at the fold on that. Well, watch that in the last couple of frames. Watch that. Just Okay, let's go back to Val's shot. That looked interesting in Val's shot. And let's bring Val back in here. Val, just still have your shot up, looking at
Hey,
it.
we got a feature.
I saw
we got a
that.
feature there. Look at this. Look at that. That almost looks like it could have been a funnel or a tornado.
I saw that.
See that?
Yeah,
It's there.
Yeah, I saw something really small, narrow.
Yep, it's very, very narrow. I'm going to look at it. I think it's a tornado, David.
There it is. Is that it?
It's all the way to the ground. Condensation all the way down to the ground. It looks ragged. I mean, it doesn't look super laminar or anything like that, but it could be weakening. I mean, it could have happened just a while ago. We were kind of behind the rain.
Yep. Hang on a second. Val, I saw it. I saw it.
Yeah, and that's north-northeast of
We're
us.
rolling on Val's
Maybe
Hill?
2.5 miles.
North-northeast?
North-northeast.
Yeah, he's looking right up where it, I mean, if it's going to be.
Yeah, it sure looked like a tornado. I mean, it was all the way, condensation all the way down to the ground.
I saw it, yes.
Okay, I'm going to turn left here. Our only real option is to go north, and we're going to have to go in the rain.
Okay, are you going to keep going east?
Well, I mean, there's a small county road. We could try it.
Yeah,
but,
your roads are not good.
We're just going to have to go north in the rain and bust out of it somewhere.
Okay. You had a really good shot of that, too. I saw that when it was in a small box for a second. I thought, what is that? And then when we took you full, I saw it again, and then you said the same thing. So you and I were thinking the same thing.
And then the rain wrapped around it fast, too.
Yeah.
That's why we lost it.
It was narrow, kind of at a tilted angle from lower right to the upper left.
Yes. Yes. And it was right where it should have been, too.
Yeah, it was just, yeah, it looked like you could see actually, like, it looked a little ragged, you know, on the edges and stuff. It wasn't like a smooth laminar cone. It looked a little bit ragged. So it might have been. I mean, we're looking at it here.
Super laminar.
It might have been. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep. Let's go back to Lynx 1. I think it might have been, Val. I mean, I'm with you.
I would say more than 50-50 in my opinion. I mean, you don't get that kind of stuff underneath the wall cloud just like that for nothing, you know.
No, I'm with Val on that. Val says better than 50-50. We're going to go with it. So Val, yeah, he probably had a tornado there on the ground. It was there visibly for about 2 minutes, and then the rain came around and choked it off, and then that is it. So this is all pulling into it now. And again, moving east. Is it into Osage County yet?
It's going to be coming right into Ralston, basically right now, I think, is where he's looking and where that's located.
Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, coming right up towards Ralston.
Yeah. There's just the radar data. Look how far away we are from everything.
Right, but you can see that the original hook kind of got all dissolved. It's pulling these showers and storms in, and he was looking to his northeast, you know, up towards Ralston.
Right here.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, but man, he is now. Look how much it's filled in with. Now it's got hail in here and everything else. He's not going to see it now.
Yeah, so Ralston, you have to be in your safe spot for sure.
Yeah.
And then all the way over towards Gray Horse and anyone to the east of there into Osage County.
Yeah, the Osage County line, here's the river. Here's the Osage County line. And this is going to be Osage County, and then this is Pawnee County, which is our viewing area. And the tornado now is going to be either in or near Ralston if it's on the ground right now. You know, it wasn't a very big, it's right here. It's right there. There it is.
Yeah, so you can see that it became more localized. It was a really stretched out area of circulation. It started to become a little bit more finite.
A little bit.
And now it's about to cross the river, maybe just south of Ralston.
Yep.
But it's going to be close.
Yep. It looks like it's just south of town. Right here. It's right here. Now is it Job's?
I think so.
Have you been there?
Not been there. Been to Ralston many, many times.
Sure.
But I'm not sure about Job's.
We'll go with Job's.
Folks there will know.
So, yeah, it's just going to be north of Job's. Okay, go back to velocity data again. Let's see.
Okay.
And it is wrapped in rain and wind and hail. It's right here. Crossing now, leaving Pawnee County into Osage County. It's happening right now.
Yeah, crossing the Arkansas River.
Yep, this is the river. This is the Pawnee County, Osage County line. And here we are at 10:12 at night. Okay, And let Val know we've lost his shot.
Okay.
So, yeah, here it's kind of lifting to the north. See that?
It is, yeah.
A little bit.
It may eventually go over and cross Highway 20 in Osage County.
I think Val's in bad cell because we lost his phone as well. So
okay.
He's probably dealing with cell issues.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. All right. So tornado warning about ready to leave Pawnee County and move into Osage County. And then we'll just keep it going east from there. And then once it gets into Osage County, we will turn this over to our sister station in Tulsa and their storm trackers and their chief, Travis Meyer, and then he'll handle this. And he's already on the air handling it, but he'll take it and go with it from there as it heads up into his viewing area as it's leaving ours. And we'll see what it does here. But it's about ready to leave Ralston here, just about there.
Val's back.
Okay. His shot's not. His shot's not back, but he's back. And big hail now. Got to be getting some good-sized hail in Ralston, and at least a lot of hail. And you can see the size of the hook here. Circulation now is crossing the river right there. And, man, he's making some time, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, the hail core has come down significantly.
Yeah.
At least radar indicated.
Yeah.
And then I look at the storm strength. It's on a slow weakening trend.
Yeah, there it goes. Now it dropped off on that. Okay, so just a little while longer here. Tornado warning continues for Ralston from there east. And supercell does not look as, it's not as tight, not as strong, not spinning as fast as it was. But there's the hook right there, and the tornado is going to be just pretty close to Ralston. Val, honestly, I think Val thinks he had a tornado, and it looks like it in his shot. It looked like it was just a small, fairly small tornado. Didn't last very long, but he was looking off to the northeast, and then he saw it, and then the rain and hail wrapped it around it. So he had a tornado. Certainly looks like it. And that's now leaving Pawnee County, going into Osage County. And let's see, has it crossed into Osage County? Crossed yet?
I believe it has, yes. Yeah, okay. It's right on the river crossing now.
It's right here. So, okay, moving off to the east. All right, so anything else on the big view? Nothing else showing up north still. A couple of showers, eastern K County, not a big deal. And all of our trackers are down here. Had to make their way back into the metro, and then we still have our trackers still spanned up to the north. All right, so that's the only game, folks, and this will be it. Once we move this thing out of here, we're doing good. It'll be quiet the rest of the night. Big storm down in Texas now, going to Gainesville. All right, let's go back to this one more time.
Okay.
And again, a couple of showers east of Newkirk, not a big deal, up near Granola. And the hook, big hail south of Gray Horse. And the hook now, it looks like it might be trying to reform to the east. Yep, looks like it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so it's moving off again.
Yeah, that was all just rain and hail earlier.
So moving east again, 35 to 40. And inflow notch right in here. Okay, it's completely changing here. The new hook, it's got a new mezzo. It looks like to me trying to form a little further south, does it not?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is.
I mean, the old mezzo's tightened up. Oh, here we go.
Yep, and now it's just where it should be, to the east-southeast.
Yep.
So now that's going to be to the north of Skidee and north of Blackburn.
Yep, right on the river.
If that keeps going easterly, it would head towards Hominy, but it may go north of Hominy.
Yep.
And basically that's riding down Highway 20, and down the line from there is Skytook Lake.
Yep. Skytook Lake's right here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty country, gosh.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. So Hominy's in the line of fire. That'll be in Osage County. Where's this thing now? It's back here. Just doesn't look as impressive as it did. Definitely still there. So east of Jobs, north of Blackburn. Big hail now will be leaving Ralston here shortly. It's happening right now. You're getting some hail, but it's going to leave Ralston. And Pawnee, you're obviously in the clear. A couple showers just moved through Pawnee and Skidee. Look at this right here. Look at the gust front trying to. So
we just got Val's shot back, by the way.
Okay, let's take Val here and get an update. Val, it's moving east. It's now jumping now down the river and going into Osage County. Go ahead, give us an update.
All right, so we had to go north. This highway went north about 3 or 4 miles, and now we're going back east again. Ralston is ahead of us, maybe 1 mile. Right now, we are behind a whole lot of wraparound rain. So, you know, what that means is basically we're behind the Bears cage. When we get through this rain, we will pop out into what they call the Bears cage, and we'll be in the area where we could see the wall cloud or the funnel if there's any there. But we're not to that point yet, so we really can't see any cloud structures at all. So give us a couple of minutes. Hopefully, we'll be popping out under it. Look at on your radar, because it's a hard time. We're having bad cell coverage here. Where would you put the mezzo? Due east of us, possibly?
Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, I was going to say, where do you have the mezzo? We're having bad cell coverage here. Would you put the mezzo due east of us, possibly?
A little bit to your southeast. Yeah.
Southeast, okay.
Yeah, it might be to your. You're about ready to run out of roads. I mean, I'll never tell you that. I'll never tell you that. There's no roads there, but if it's got.
Hey, our road turns southeast up here, though.
You look for roads that have cattle guards on them. So.
Yeah.
If you can travel.
We had some of those the other night.
I know, right? I've done that before. Yeah.
Well, I know you have.
Yeah. Gone around some.
Hey, there's a lot of leaves on the ground in Ralston.
Okay.
Which would indicate wind and hail to me.
Yeah.
We're looking for hail on the ground. I know you talked about hail earlier, but
power's still on, right? Power's still on?
Yeah, power's on. Which is good. I see a lot of leaves knocked off by hail. I just don't see any hail on the ground.
Okay. All right, well, that's good. Okay, Ralston did all right. Maybe a little bit of hail and some wind. Let's go back to Lynx 1. Val is now in Ralston. He's right here. But the old mesocyclone was right here, and then it weakened, and now we have a new meso, it looks like, right here.
Yeah, that's headed towards Hominy for sure.
So,
now the new tornado warning, there you go, includes Hominy and Skiatook Lake.
Yeah, there you go. So it's going to keep moving east.
And again, Skiatook Lake's closer to this portion of the state than many others. So it's kind of like Eufaula. So many folks go there, they camp there, do all the things at Skiatook Lake. So please let your friends and family know at Skiatook Lake that a tornado warning now has been issued, and this is a very dangerous storm headed eastbound that direction.
Yeah, I mean, at least you'll get, well, the big hail might go north, but man, you don't want to take a chance. I mean, I would not want to be on outside and any of that. So if you know anybody, like she said, camping out, RVing it, whatever, vanning it, whatever you got going on.
Truck camper in it.
Truck camper in it. Give them a heads up. It's coming to the lake. It's going to go down through Hominy. You're going to get some wind and hail in here as it makes its way off to the east, okay? So big hail still up here. There's big hail core. That's come up. That's come up. And that's going to be golf balls and maybe some tennis balls. What do you have on hail size on that? That's big hail. God, it's not showing that, but there's no way.
Yeah, it's either a whole lot of golf balls.
Yeah, right. We'll see if it's updated. Okay. Once again, all moving east. Boy, it's a big storm, but this is it. This is the only game in town, and it's about ready to move out of our viewing area and move into Osage County. So we will happily let that happen. Okay, I see the time here. Okay, let's back out of this just a second here. And again, nothing going on. Northwestern, western, southern Oklahoma now, pretty much clear, all quiet here for tonight. This is the only game now, and it's now leaving our viewing area. But what a day it's been. We've had at least 2 tornadoes in northwestern Oklahoma. We had live right here on News 9. And those, again, that storm, those are long gone now, moved into Kansas. And we had a party that was, had a wedding going on. And again, that was hammered with wind, and the tent came down. And I had some injuries with that. That was earlier today. So it's been one of those days for sure.
Softball-sized hail.
Softball-sized hail. Let's throw up a couple of those pictures here real quick. And take a look at those and look at the hail sizes from earlier. And that was from Godebo and Arnett, Melissa. Yeah, folks, that is softball-sized hail. So, yeah, baseball, man, just shy of baseball. I mean, ugly hailstones. Some of them real smooth and kind of pretty looking.
Yeah, that was from I-40. That's from Hydro.
Hydro, yeah, that was west of Oklahoma City. So golf ball, baseball, and then That's a baseball, right?
Yeah.
Baseball, and then it's just under baseball size hail. So that's what we had earlier. Arnett storm, and this is part of that same storm that went into northwestern Oklahoma that produced the tornado there. So had some smooth hail, some big hail.
Spiked hail.
Yeah, lots of spikes. That hits you in the head, you're going to have problems. All right, folks, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to regroup. We'll come back with some news and more weather of the day. And we'll be back here in just a couple of minutes. As always, stay with News 9. We'll keep you advised.